get the CC in English.
In English.
Ça va si je fais en anglais
Moi, ça va.
Parce que parmi les participants, il y aura des personnes qui ne comprendront pas trop en français. So today we'll continue on our reading of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, chapter 9, and we'll read from verse 48 to 50. So on the board it's verse 48. Yeya hanta handana kare prema phala. Phala svade mattaluka haila sakala. Yeya hanta handana kare prema phala. Phala svade mattaluka haila sakala. Yeya hanta handana kare prema phala. Phala svade mattaluka haila sakala.
Yeya hanta handana kare prema phala. Phala svade mattaloka haila sakalai.
जय जहाँ दान करे प्रेम फला फला दाने मत लोक होइला सकला
Word for word. Yea, anyone. Yahan, wherever. Tahan, anywhere. Dana, charity. Kare, gives in. Prema phala, the fruit of love of Godhead. Phala, fruit. Asvade, by tasting. Matta, intoxicated. Loka, people. Haila, become. Sakala, all. Translation. The fruit of love of God is so delicious that wherever devotee distributes it, those who relish the fruit anywhere in the world immediately become intoxicated. Shri Radha Parishvara ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Pada Maharani ki jai, Shri Nitai Sachisuta ki jai. Purport by His Divine Grace, Acharya Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Here, the wonderful fruit of love of Godhead distributed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described. We have practical experience that anyone who accepts these fruits and sincerely tastes it, immediately becomes mad after it, and gives up all his bad habits, being intoxicated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's gift, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The statements of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita are so practical that anyone can taste them. As far as we are concerned, we are most confident of the success of the distribution of the great fruits of love of Godhead through the medium of chanting the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. End of the purports. I will read verse 49 and verse 15. Mahamadaka prema phala petabarikaya matila sakala loka hasena chegaya. The fruit of love of Godhead distributed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such a great intoxicant that anyone who eats it, filling his belly, immediately becomes maddened by it, and automatically he chants, dances, loves, and enjoys. Text 50. Keha gadagadiyaya, keha tahunkara, deki ananditahanya hase malakara. Translation. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the great gardener, sees that people are chanting, dancing, and laughing, and that some of them are rolling on the floor, and some are making loud humming sounds, he smiles with great pleasure. Purport, Srila Prabhupada. This attitude of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very important for persons engaged in the Hare Krishna movement of Krishna consciousness. In every center of our institution, ISKCON, we have arranged for a love feast every Sunday. And when we actually see people come to our center, chant, dance, take prasadam, become jubilant, and purchase books, we know that certainly Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always present in such transcendental activities. And he is very pleased and satisfied. Therefore, the members of ISKCON must increase this movement more and more, according to the principles that we are presently trying to execute. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, thus being pleased, will smilingly glance upon them, bestowing his favor, and the movement will be successful. End of the purport. Quite relevant for a Sunday program to talk about the Sunday feast. But before that, because it was mentioned of books, and I think we didn't read the book scores from yesterday, let's plunge in the Sankirtan group and try to see. So, let's start with Priyarani Mataji, who distributed in Amsterdam 2 medium books and 2 small books.
In Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam, yes, she's in Amsterdam for a few days. Mukunda Madhava also distributed 1 Mahabig books, 1 medium books, and 3 small books. Madharavendra Puri in Uselemal distributed 1 study guidebook of Bhagavad Gita. I don't know how we count it, medium, big, or I don't think we count this, but still. Alanat, I don't know if it's Prabhu or Mataji, distributed 1 Mahabig book. Chandramukhi Mataji distributed in Paris 1 small book and 1 magazine. And after she went for dancing. Krishna Charanaravinda in New Mayapur reception distributed 5 Mahabig books and 3 small books. In Tours, Sakshi Gopal distributed 9 Mahabig books, 9 medium books, and 9 small books. I distributed 4 Mahabig books, 2 medium books, 2 small books, and 1 Arabic. And Dayanita Prabhu distributed yesterday in Anvers 11 Mahabig books, 8 medium books, 7 small books, and 1 magazine. And last but not least, the Harinam in New Mayapur with the crowd of Soho Street Temple devotees, around 25 of them. They distributed 109 Mahabig books, 61 small books, 9 small Arabic, and 15 magazines. Haribol! Yes, it is amazing. Yeah. It's an average, I don't know, from New Mayapur French devotees.
Yes.
I guess there were Harini, there were Rasananda, Kanat also participating, and I guess it's a pack. But still, it's quite impressive when we are all together. So, indeed, we can know that certainly Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present in such transcendental activities, and he is very pleased and satisfied.
We can see the video when they're rolling on the floor.
Also, yes, they are rolling and dancing on the floor. But it was not a Sunday feast.
Rolling on the floor?
Yes,
In the temple room.
the temple room during the kirtan.
One dancing and doing like
Yes.
this.
Yes. Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Jnanati Mirandasya Jnanandana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manubhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuktapana Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jargapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Ancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Nam Hare Nam Hare Haram Karunastheva Nastheva So we are talking about the fruits of love of Godhead. And what is this fruit? We are used to run after fruits in our life since times immemorial. But now we have the opportunity, thanks to Lord Chaitanya, to run after another type of fruit, the fruit of love of Godhead. It's quite a specific fruit. What we used to do before knowing about Krishna consciousness is to run after fruits that are temporary and that will not pacify us fully, will not satisfy us completely, and will not bring us ultimate shelter, ultimate happiness. Because with this type of fruit, material fruits, either money, fame, and so on, it doesn't last very long. And we have to really work very hard to get it, and then we become frustrated because once we get it, we realize that it's not so tasty. Or in some part it may be tasty, but on another part there are some constraints with it. If we think about money, like when you endeavor for money, it requires a lot of work, meditation, how to get this money, and you make some plans, and you do the plan, and then when the money is there, you realize, yeah, I'm richer maybe than before, but still I have some problems. Now, I don't bother maybe for my eating, sleeping, and so on, but still I am concerned with how can I keep this money, how can I get more money? You know, this is the problem with our material endeavors. We want more, and we are trying to be keeping them as much as we can, and this requires all our energy, meditation, and yeah, we just get entangled more and more. We don't find the end of this. So, by His causeless mercy, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come to deliver us in Kali Yuga by distributing this fruit of love of Godhead through the Maha Mantra. The Maha Mantra is our real savior to take out this entanglement, to take us out from this entanglement of material life, to focus on fruits, material fruits, and to get the real taste, you know. This type of fruit of love of Godhead, from any part where you taste it, it's an amazing experience to make. And it brings permanent benefit, not only for us, but for the whole humanity. We were talking about this last time, how Lord Chaitanya is the most benevolent personality in this world, because he wants everyone to be happy. Okay, that we also may want for everyone, maybe, but maybe not. Some of our enemies, maybe we don't want them to be happy. But Lord Chaitanya is so merciful that he wants everyone to be happy, and he gives the method for everyone to be happy. And he gives, especially in Kali Yuga, this easy process to reach it through the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And there are so many quotes from the Chaitanya Charitamrita sharing how the Maha Mantra brings this love of Godhead, and is so an important process. Provided in the course of time we manage to take out the offensive chanting. It is quite an interesting point, because quite often in the street, when we share the holy name, we could see yesterday some people coming and chanting, dancing, being happy, chanting. And because they are not yet fully aware about this process of Krishna consciousness, they will get a very specific taste at the beginning, because they are not yet committing offenses, you know. So it's a taste of this Namabhas chanting, you know. And then when you start to understand the process, that there is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that this chanting, there are some offenses, and that, we have to get rid of some sinful activity, but still it's difficult to get out of them. Then, unfortunately, we get in contact with this first level of chanting, where we are committing offenses. And so some taste is still present, because we can see that our mind, this is the first effect I personally perceive, and I guess everyone has this experience after chanting some rounds of the Maha Mantra. Yeah, your mind gets pacified. You know, you are more entangled in your problems. You are just taking distance with your life, taking an overview of what's going on. And Krishna helps within. Even by doing this offensive chanting, we may be aware of it, we may not be aware of it, but we are still on this phase of offensive chanting. And still, Lord Chaitanya empowered his followers, and especially for us, Srila Prabhupada, to progressively take out this offensive chanting. And how? By bringing ISKCON centers in all parts of the world. And wherever you go in this world, you can find some ISKCON center where you can chant, dance, feast, but most importantly, all of this in association with devotees. And by associating with devotees, what happens? Then you put the light on your bad qualities, on your bad habits, and by their blessings, you will take rid of them sooner or later. You know, now you are in the shelter of the Guru Parampara, headed by Lord Chaitanya. Then it's just a matter of time. You just have to be patient and to follow the process. Process is what? Chant, dance, take prasadam, become jubilant and purchase books. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be satisfied. If Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is satisfied, what else? Others are satisfied and you make progress in your life. So this is the easy way to present it. We know that there are some struggles coming. But these struggles, again, by the mercy of the devotee, they becomes not that a big struggle. It's already a big mercy to see and to have struggle for Krishna. Because before we didn't even realize that, I should give up sinful life, I should not criticize devotees, okay. Now I know that it can be very detrimental and I can lose any taste for the holy name. This is our biggest fear. Like, the Maha Mantra is such a beautiful jewel that we don't want to lose it. And because it's so dear, we should not spoil it. And unfortunately, the easiest way, the most dangerous way to spoil it is to make offenses toward the Vaishnava. That's why it's mentioned as the first offenses in the 10 offenses. And if we look at the other side of it, I heard that from these 10 offenses, from the 1st to the 10th, actually you can also read it on the other way around, thinking that the 10 offenses, or the offenses of attentive chanting, is kind of the root cause of the other offenses. So our attention in the chanting is very important, not to commit further offenses. And these offenses, we might hear it every day, but not really grasp the whole essence of it. But definitely, with the attentive chanting, the more attentive we are, the more, in our japa, for instance, the more attentive we'll be trying our best to bring back the mind when it goes, and not let it go too much. You know, the more we'll be in connection with Krishna, and because Krishna is in the heart of everyone, the more we'll be attentive with Krishna, the more we'll be attentive with others, and the less we will commit offenses toward them, consciously or unconsciously. And this is the tricky part about offenses. We may not commit any obvious offenses, but unconsciously we may commit offenses toward the Vaishnava, and he will be unhappy with us. We didn't have any intention, or we didn't notice even, but still we do offenses. So that's why we are always offering obeisance to all the Vaishnava. You know, we are always apologizing for our mistakes or for any mistake we may have committed but we are not aware. It's always a good thing to have, a good habit to have. And we have example from the Shastras where even the Lord himself cannot protect us from this offense of Vaishnava aparada. Aparada means against Radharani. So whatever is against Radharani, how can it be pleasing for Krishna? Impossible. And how to correct? Because anyway, the mistake itself, it's not the ultimate problem. Then what counts the most is our attitude toward this offense, toward this attitude. You know, how do we behave after that? Now that we are knowing that we made an offense to the holy name, that we are conscious that, oh, let's take another important offense, to commit sinful activities, thinking that the holy name will protect us. Okay, now I'm chanting Hare Krishna, it is so powerful that it protects from anything. Let's try to, I don't know, I took some intoxicant, but it's okay, Krishna will protect me. There is the chanting of the holy name, so powerful, it will eradicate all my sinful life. Yeah, there is part of truth in it, but now that we are aware of the power of the holy name and that we should not offend the holy name, Krishna is not protecting as easy. And it is definitely a very dangerous mindset. And with this, also, we can lose full taste for chanting. And we see some devotees after some time, going out. Because there is this offensive mindset towards the holy name. And you cannot just count on Krishna being merciful with us if we just fully disrespect this aspect. Or in the Vaishnav tradition, the whole emphasis is on our attitude. We might not be qualified for this or that service. We might not be pure. We might have some sins in our life, and we still may commit some sinful acts. But from the moment we are aware of it, we don't accept, we don't compromise with that, then this is the correct attitude towards the Vaishnava and towards Sri Krishna. Should never give up about this, either attentive chanting or not compromising with the four regulative principles, which is the basics that Srila Prabhupada gave. And then we can be confident that if we respect this, then sooner or later we will get the fruit of love of Godhead. Because it's quoted in many verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and I wanted to read two of them with you. From Adilila, in the first chapter, it is mentioned that the absolute truth is Sri Krishna, and loving devotion to Sri Krishna exhibited in pure love is achieved through congregational chanting of the holy name, which is the essence of all bliss. And what was the other one? This one. So this we read in the previous chapter, 8:28. As a result of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one makes such great advancement in spiritual life that simultaneously his material existence terminates. So material existence terminates, and he receives love of Godhead. The holy name is so powerful that by chanting even one name, one very easily achieves these transcendental riches. So this one name, of course, should be chanted offenselessly. Well, I'm not saying that I am chanting so many rounds per day. Why it doesn't work, I don't feel this. Because we still have to work on getting rid of this offenses. And it's not that easy. But we should be hopeful that by doing our endeavor, sooner or later the Lord will be merciful to bestow His fruit for us. His fruit is available provided we surrender to the Lord. And yeah, I was mentioning about this offensive. Then in the Shastra there is this, this story between Ambarishmana and Durvasa Muni, and the only hope for Durvasa Muni was to ask forgiveness, to surrender to the devotee he offended. Even came, to so many personalities, Lord Shiva included, and then he came to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu said, I cannot do anything for you. You just have to go to the Vaishnava. Yes, Ambarish Maharaj. And just ask for forgiveness for what you did. This is the only way when we are committing offenses. So, when you commit offenses to the Vaishnava. And then we can correct and continue. So please, when you feel that there is some lost in the taste of chanting, when you feel, today I don't really want to chant, what happens? Try to think immediately about these 10 offenses and, okay, what did I do? What happened? Maybe I did something wrong. Try to really meditate as the devotees around you, what happens? And then Krishna, seeing your sincerity of not wishing to offend anyone, and will reciprocate and will send you will give you the intelligence to understand what you did as a mistake. So I was mentioning that, we run after fruits, materialistic fruits, that doesn't bring the ultimate happiness, that are temporary. This fruit of love of Godhead, once you taste it, you automatically becomes happy. And it is said in this verse that this fruit is such a great intoxicant. It's interesting how the parallel is. We know about this intoxication on the materialistic platform, drugs, alcohol. It brings an intoxicating effect. But this intoxicating effect just make a distance with Krishna. It puts you further and further from Krishna. But when you taste this fruit of love of Godhead, you become closer and closer to Krishna. And you want more also, Material, like this drug that we know, and that we take for escaping, because this is a thing actually. When we take an intoxicant, alcohol, drug, it's because we want to escape from our material sufferings, isn't it? I have so many problems, I will take some alcohol and I will forget everything, at least for some time. And the next day you wake up with a hangover, headache, it's already 4 p.m. Oh yes, I should wake up and try to do something today because otherwise it's a lost day. You lose so many time. You are tired, you are, ill, but you feel okay, at least I escaped for a few times, but then the problem is even stronger because, oh no, it's still here, so it's bringing another further headache. You didn't get rid of the problem, just escaped temporarily. But with this wonderful fruit of love of Godhead, all this material entanglement just goes automatically, without you needing to make any specific endeavor for that. It goes. Didn't you notice? Like, after some months, years of practice, you realize that, first of all, you have less material desires. Then your material sufferings, they might be still present because we have this body, it's normal. Health especially can be difficult to sustain. You might have some difficulties with paying your bills, with taking care of your family nicely. This may still be present, but because now Krishna is present in your life, you see more and more Krishna helping you. You see that actually it is the mercy of Krishna. All these problems, the health, the famine and so on, all of this is Krishna's mercy. Why? And then you wonder, Krishna, if it's special mercy, I don't understand your mercy. Why you give me this? I'm reading that it's supposed to bring me happiness. I should chant, dance, laugh and enjoy. But here I'm suffering. And it's more and more. How? You're supposed to diminish this. What are you doing? This might be our tendency, at the beginning, when we don't understand yet how the Lord reciprocates with us. But how it is special mercy? Because every situation like this is a way for us, it's a lesson behind. It's just we didn't pass this lesson. So Krishna is, picking you. He's bringing you the same situation. And Grihasthas may know it very nicely. With your wife, you may encounter the situation where the wife is not happy. And still, it's the same situation for the same reason. But you still didn't work on your lesson yourself. So Krishna will send it again and again. You say, oh, Krishna, it's too difficult. I don't understand why she is unhappy with me. But try to correct your behavior. Try to be more humble. Try to be more attentive with her needs. And then you see. And when you try a little bit, you see that you understand that, yeah, Krishna, thank you. You sent me this because I had to learn this aspect. I have to correct my tendency to be proud or to be neglecting with my wife, for instance. And everything in our life, every situation, of course there is a part of karma, but this karma, we can go over it also if we learn our lesson, because Krishna is so merciful that he wants, as we said, everyone to be happy, everyone to go further, closer to him. And why he would prevent his devotees from getting closer to him? Getting closer doesn't mean geographically, it means in the consciousness. Where we were reading this recently. Can't remember, but there are some sayings explaining that wherever we are, be it in the lower planets, the higher planets, middle planets, spiritual world, wherever Krishna wants us to be it. But let's remember Krishna, let's remember his holy name, his pastimes, his activities, his qualities. This is the most important for a Vaishnava, ultimately. Yes, for the time being, we are conditioned, and our environment has an impact on our sadhana, on our well-being. And we try to arrange it the best as we can. That's why we take care of our home. We try to bring a nice environment to be peacefully practicing Krishna consciousness. But if Krishna wants us to be in another country at some point of time, if Krishna wants us to preach in countries who don't have yet this opportunity to get the love of Godhead, why not to do it? If it makes Srila Prabhupada happy, if it makes Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu happy, he wants that in every town and village there is the holy name chanting. So this should happen. And for his pleasure, some devotees sacrifice a lot of their life for this movement, for ISKCON movement. And in few hours, we will hear about Vishwambar Prabhu, who was a devotee who helped a lot in the French yatra. It's quite important to remember how the Vaishnava they help, because we might not relate enough with Lord Chaitanya and his pastimes, who was, sharing the holy name with his associates all day long. Okay, but today it's not what we are doing. And it's hard to imagine, how can I do this? We see some devotees like Krishna Kripa Prabhu, who was with us recently, 3 hours a day. And already for us it's a big miracle. It is a miracle. How many souls get connected with the holy name? you know, thanks to Krishna Kripa Prabhu, you know, who chants every day 3 hours the street. So to hear about Vaishnavas who help in different ways in ISKCON, because the Sankirtan movement is inclusive. It's not there is only one form of spreading the Sankirtan movement. Every endeavor of the Vaishnav, be it by administration, by taking care of a temple, by cooking, by, you know, arranging a garden for the Janmashtami program, coming and cleaning the temple, all of this is part of it, because you are bringing a nice atmosphere for the devotees to feel nice, to not be disturbed, and to be able to focus on Krishna and not externals. And by doing this, everyone can participate to the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya and make him happy. And it's true that when we are in Harinam Sankirtan, we can feel how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is present, because even if we are 2 or 3 devotees chanting, singing, the Lord still sends many souls, you know. And sometimes you notice some, you know, people who are a bit weird in the behavior, you know, but still there is something inside that tells him you should go closer. And whatever are the religions, yesterday we saw some Muslim coming and inquiring, some Hindu who think they know fully about Krishna consciousness, but when you ask them a little more, you understand that, yeah, they consider Krishna not as exactly as God, but still that they are getting the glimpse, and they are seeing Westerners coming to Krishna. This also makes them wonder, but why Westerners are coming to Krishna? Maybe I missed something. Yeah, I'm coming to Paris for business, but maybe Krishna wants me something. So it's very powerful how Lord Chaitanya gives everyone a chance through this Sankirtan movement. Okay, we'll stop here because you might have something to share. Sorry for that. Please share with us your realization about this fruit of love of God. If you have tasted it, share with us how you have become mad with this fruit. Or if you have any question, correction, please.
Well, this Krishna, this prema phale, I like this prema phala, fruit of love God. One of the most characteristic aspect is that Lord Chaitanya gave, through the chanting, of course, and through the Sankirtan movement, he gave us the ways to increase or at least desire to serve and please the Lord. That is, love means pleasing, obviously. So you want to please someone, if you love him, you want to please that person. So the aspect of desiring to serve and please the Lord is what that fruit is all about, obviously. And as you mentioned, sometimes people don't know, people aren't aware. There was some further verses in Chaitanya Charitamrita where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains that Lord Chaitanya was giving this fruit so easily and so nicely that people were criticizing him before, somehow. And then when they saw him chanting and dancing, some of them participated in the chanting and the dancing, and they became also intoxicated and mad, even though they didn't know what was happening. Somehow he gave them he gave them these opportunities. And Lord Chaitanya's mercy was also given in the form of sending his representatives here and there, and also asking them to write so many nice literatures about how to develop that strong desire to please God. If we chant Hare Krishna, we are more and more realizing that, oh, I want to please, I want to serve, I want to please, I want to serve. And instead of serving my senses or humanity or my society, my this, my that, I want to please the Lord, because I'm realizing that this is what is going to make me the most happy in this world, even in this world. Like Prabhupada said, no matter how hard you try to become happy in this world, you'll never be happy. But in this world, you can be spiritually happy, not materially happy. You may feel, you may think, you may even be convinced that you have somehow some material happiness. You see a nice landscape out in the field, you see a nice this, you're enjoying with your children for this, for that. You may think this is all, you mentioned it's very, very, very temporary, very temporary. So this love of Godhead is obviously us developing once again our strong and intense desire to please the Lord. And pleasing, just serving is what it is. So what do you want to please Krishna? You wake up in the morning and say, how am I going to please Krishna? We have so many tools, we have so many ways. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami give us some nice literatures to try to build up our understanding. So this is, for me, this is what this prema phala gives us, and Lord Chaitanya's mercy in this way.
Yes. And it makes me think that that's why we are advised to always, chant the holy name, to remember that, our point is not to do what we like, to choose the service we want, or that we are qualified to, but to always understand and to remember I am here to please the Lord and engage me in your service. But at some point it becomes a bit mechanical. You are used to, for instance, go on altar, so you go on altar and you dress. Because you know how to dress, it becomes technical, You do like this, you do like that. But are you at this moment with Krishna trying to please him, try to put as he likes, not as you like, the dressing, or cooking as he likes? And at the beginning we might not be, and we are not connected with Krishna, so we have to follow some rules, and we have some standards to follow given by Srila Prabhupada. And we see that even the standard is written, is explained. Still, we want to do our way. And by constantly trying to chant the holy name, it's an interesting aspect I wanted to share with you, because at the beginning I was learning how to dress, and after some point I was a bit more knowledgeable how to dress. But as I said, it was becoming technical, and I felt, I don't know, I didn't feel the same bliss of dressing as it was at the beginning, because I was doing my way. And after, somehow or other, by the association of devotees on the altar, I was next to Dayanitai, and I was hearing chanting while he was dressing. It was just not too loud, but Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And when I started to also chant, following, the Vaishnava, then it became better. I felt, okay, now, oh yes, I should choose maybe another jewel that he would like, or something, And like this, I felt the connection with this seva was different. It brings a totally different atmosphere, because yes, the Lord reciprocates to our feelings. So if we want to please him, to serve him, then he can be showing us the path, and we can be in the real love of Godhead, because we are doing it not for us, for our spiritual progress. It's also a trap. Sometimes we want to follow rules, regulation, and to chant the holy name for our own pleasure. We want to reach this planet, Vaikuntha Loka, because I don't want any suffering. But it is also, in a way, materialistic, because it's self-centered. If the Lord wants us to be in the lower planets, are we ready to go? Not sure. So That's why we really need to develop this mood of serving and pleasing the Lord, understand His wish. Yeah. And indeed, the spiritual master, in that regard, is such an important personality in our life, because he's the direct representative of the Lord to give us the instructions how to please, how to serve, and to develop this mood, attitude, service attitude toward the Lord, and not to exploit the Lord for our spiritual progress. Anything you wanted to share? Okay. Thank
I
you.
just,
yeah.
because you mentioned, thank you, you mentioned that we can make offenses consciously and unconsciously. And you have brought a nice example of Srimad Bhagavatam for conscious offense.
Yes.
Because it was a conscious offense. Ambarish Maharaj
Yeah.
was like, he didn't take offense, but Durvasa Muni literally created a demon. So you kind of notice when you create a creature like that. I think it's not like Durvasa Muni was thinking, did I offend someone, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
it was not unconscious.
yeah, so I would like if you can remember, because myself I remember, but just the plot, I don't remember the participants, maybe Shikshashtakam Prabhu remembers. From Chaitanya Charitamrita, there was unconscious offense. One unconscious offense that was made by the associate of the Lord, and the Lord advised to gather a feast, and whoever doesn't show up, it means this person was offended. Like this you will learn whom did you offend. So that was the unconscious one. Can you remember what was the...
No.
Who was this person whom... who committed offense unconsciously, and why he committed it was just he was in the already such a stage of a lila. He saw how Srimati Radharani was trying to capture a fruit. Krishna made the branch a little bit lower, and then when she was grasping it, he put it back, and she was like hanging, you know, on the branch. And so the person who saw it, he laughed. But actually the person who passed by thought he laughed because of him being handicapped. And he thought, how can such exalted person laugh with my like, you know, body unfortunate handicap, you know? And so after that, the lila disappeared, and he understood there was offense made, but he didn't understand to who. And I don't remember who it was.
I don't either, I'm sorry for that.
No.
But thank you for reminding this story. It's a very important one.
Just
to emphasize about unconscious and how you can behave, because if you're unconscious of your offenses, how you can notice, how you can understand who you offended.
There is one story in Vrindavan. There is Ostavakraman. This walking like that. There is handicap like that. They're walking like that. So once times there is a Rupa Goswami. He is a meditation. And he washing the Radharani's lila.
Rupa Goswami.
It's Rupa Goswami.
Rupa Goswami.
Okay, thank you.
And he laughing his washing his lila.
Yeah.
But Ostavakraman, he thought he laughing for my walking, and he took the offense. And after he instantly he disappeared the lila. After he thought how it happened. And then he invited all the Vaishnavas for his offense. Then he give the Vaishnava Seva. Then everybody can come. Then he finished his offense. But only Vastavakrimani he did not come. But whenever he see the every devotee come, but only Vastavakrimani he did not come. Then he went to there and he apologized his offense. Then he realized how it happened. Then he asked, why you did not come my Vaishnava Seva? He said, whenever I walking and you was laughing, smiling, watching me, and that's why I feel very is what is my body condition, and then I feel very offense. That's why then whenever he went them and give the Vaishnava Seva, and he feel very happy. So but it's a unconscious.
Yes.
He never thought
Yes,
of it.
yes,
He
yes,
never
yes.
saw it.
Yes.
But he was smiling his washing his lila.
Yeah.
But Moni Astabakri Moni, he thought he is smiling
Yeah.
washing me.
Yeah.
This is very unconscious things.
Thank
So,
you for reminding the story.
Thank you
Very,
very
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 much.
sensitive to me.
You see, this is why when we offer our obeisances to the Vaishnavas, we should always also think that, I may have offended you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. I have offended you.
Yes,
Sometimes
this is
you
very
have
important.
this, and it is important that somehow or other you feel, you feel that you might have created that offense, an offense, whether it be criticism or not. It doesn't, it's not only criticism, by the way. Offenses to the Vaishnavas. There are other ways, of course.
So many.
Unfortunately, yeah. But then, the same prayer should be, if I've committed an offense to you, please forgive me. Please give me the ways to forgive you, which is, both must be there all the time. As you say, you never know.
Thank you for bringing this practical aspect of giving this prayer, because even though it's beautiful to see that Rupa Goswami followed the advice of Lord Chaitanya and made a feast to see whom he offended, this cannot be sometimes practical for us. We might not be able to do the feast, and like some people will not show up for some other reasons. Maybe we are not sure that even if it's that they are offended or they really cannot, So maybe it's better also to have this one like a prayer.
Sometimes you give an instruction, or you give maybe not an instruction, but sometimes preaching to someone or giving instruction that someone may not like it. And
Unwanted
sometimes, by the way, sometimes they don't show up because they didn't like what you asked or gave so you have to be careful also. Because people want to hear certain things. Of course, like one time with the devotees, Prabhupada had a bold preaching. He had a very, and so he was using words that we may not try to imitate, obviously. And so, I think he was in Bombay, So the devotee said, Prabhupada, you're saying this is, these people are fools, rascals, donkeys. And he asked Prabhupada, can we use the same word when we preach to them? And Prabhupada said, Prabhupada leaned back as I saw it, and then he said, no, you don't have to. You don't have to. You can use other words, more polite. I can use it, but So we have to be careful.
That's why in our Bengali version, Hoes Vrindavan Basi Joto, Hoesen Hobe. That's means now they are devotee, and to be a devotee, we have to obey all the people. Maybe today is not devotee, but is going to be devotee. So we have to obey before.
We anticipate.
Yes, in front. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki
Jai.
jai. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai.
Thank you for the darshan and for the lecture.